In this video, we're taking a look at a GCSE question. It's quite a hard question, but let's go straight into it. So it's a ratio question and it's also a quadratic. So find the ratio x to y, where we have the equation 6x squared equals 7xy plus 20y squared. X and y are both greater than 0. Let's dive straight into how to do this. So the first thing that we want to recognize is we want to express x and y as a ratio. So what is really useful to convert a ratio into something that we can actually deal with is by first looking at a fraction, because a ratio is just about the relationship between x and y, the amount of times bigger that one is compared to the other. So instead, if we find x over y first, that is going to pretty much answer the question for us. How are we going to do that? Well, we want to find x in terms of y. So I'm going to rewrite the equation 6x squared, but I'm going to rearrange it. So minus 7, and instead of xy, I'm going to write yx, and you'll see why in a second, minus 20y squared equals 0. The reason I've done this is because we can see that actually now we've got a quadratic in terms of x. So we've got the x squared, the x, and then there's a constant there. So now it's in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where we're just treating the y's as constants, okay guys? So the y's are just constants. So using the quadratic formula, we then have that x is equal to 7y plus or minus the square root of 49 squared minus 4 times 6 times minus 20y squared. All of that divided by 12. That's the quadratic formula. X equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. That's what we've just done. Okay, cool. Now simplifying it, we can say that x is then 7y plus or minus the square root of 49y squared. And then 4 times 6 times 20 is actually going to be 480. And there's two pluses, there's two minuses that make a plus. So plus 480y squared like that. All divided still by 12. Continuing down, we've got 7y plus or minus, and then we've got 49y squared plus 480 y squared. That's 529y squared. And of course, most of this can be done on a calculator, so you don't have to necessarily have your mental maths unbelievably strong, not necessarily. The square root of 529, we can now actually just do it. It's exactly 23. So this is going to be 23, and the y squared is also going to get square rooted. So we're going to have on the top 7y plus 23y, and this is divided by 12. So we know, because they say it in the question, that x is greater than 0, which means that we don't have to consider the situation when we're doing 7y minus 23y, because that would result in a negative number, because y is also greater than 0. So that's why we know that that would force x to be negative. So now we're only looking at when we've got a plus here, not plus or minus. So this tells us that x is actually 7y plus 23y, so 30y, divided by 12, and this is equal to, if we divide the top and bottom by 2, 15y over 6, which then is going to give us, if we divide the top and bottom by 3, 5y over 2. So now we have x is just 5y over 2. So what does that really mean? Well, that means, if I write this, x is 5y over 2, that means that 2x is equal to 5y. So 2 lots of x is the same thing as 5 lots of y. You might be able to see what the ratio is now. But what I like to do is I like to say, well, that means that x divided by y is 5y over 2 over y. And that's going to tell me that x divided by y, and these cancel out, is 5 over 2. I like this more. It helps me visualize it a bit better. So this is telling me that x is bigger than y, because x divided by y is still about 2.5, 5 over 2. So that's telling me that the ratio x to y is equal to 5 to 2. Okay, and that's the answer. So x to y is in the ratio 5 to 2. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I'll see you in the next epic inexorable maths video. Cheers.